All right, today we're jumping right into this massive, high-stakes battle that's shaping the very future of artificial intelligence. You know, it's this hidden war between two absolute titans, and honestly, the future of AI is kind of hanging in the balance.
So in the world of AI, you've really got two titans standing way apart from everyone else. On one side, you have OpenAI, right? They're the masters of these insane AI models like the video generator Sora and the much-hyped Search GPT. And then, on the other side, you've got NVIDIA. They are the undisputed kings of the hardware that makes all of this stuff possible, with chips like their new beast, Blackwell.
Now, don't get it twisted. This is not just some friendly competition. Oh no. This is a full-on strategic conflict, and it's being fought in what our source material calls the Silicon Strait. And trust me, the tension between these two giants, it goes right to the very core of the entire AI industry.
You know, on the surface, you'd think the relationship would be perfect, totally symbiotic. I mean, OpenAI needs NVIDIA's chips to train its models, and NVIDIA needs companies like OpenAI to buy those chips. Simple, right? Well, not exactly, because just beneath that surface, there's this really deep conflict brewing, and it's happening at the very foundation of the AI ecosystem, from the hardware all the way up.
Okay, so to really understand this war, we've got to map out the battlefield. And this analysis we're looking at, it breaks everything down into these distinct layers. Think about it. From the AI you actually see and touch, all the way down to the silicon that it runs on.
So right at the top, you've got what's called the perception layer. This is all the stuff you and I actually see and interact with. You know, the AIs that generate text, images, and video. This is OpenAI's kingdom. They absolutely own this space.
But dig a little deeper, and you hit the foundation layer. And this is the hardcore stuff, the powerful silicon hardware that makes everything else even possible. It's basically a fortress, and it is completely dominated by NVIDIA and their processors.
So if each of these titans pretty much controls their own layer, where's the fight, right? What are they actually fighting over? Well, it's not just about selling more models or more chips. No. The real prize is something else, something much bigger.
And this is where we get to the real hidden prize in this whole war, something called Layer 8, the reference architecture. Now, this isn't a physical layer you can touch. Think of it more like the master blueprint, the fundamental rulebook that decides how all AI software and hardware will work together from now on.
Yeah, this is the real endgame, because whoever controls this architecture, they don't just own a piece of the pie, they get to set the rules for everyone. They dictate the standards for the entire industry. Basically, they control the future of AI. Period.
So, the billion-dollar question is, how are these titans actually trying to win control of Layer 8? Well, let's break down their strategies.
Okay, each side has a super clear objective here. OpenAI's goal, to break free from having to rely so heavily on NVIDIA's incredibly powerful but also incredibly expensive hardware. And NVIDIA? They're busy building these software moats around their hardware fortress to lock developers into their world, making sure their chips are always essential. OpenAI's main weapon in this fight is something called Neural Architecture Search, or NAS for short. And what is that? Well, it's basically an AI that designs other AIs, but makes them way more efficient. NAS automatically finds the leanest, most effective designs for models, which means they can run on a much wider and cheaper range of hardware. This is a direct shot at the idea that you need NVIDIA's best chips.
So what's NVIDIA's countermove? It's a powerful software toolkit called TensorRT. Now this thing is designed to supercharge AI models, making them run unbelievably fast. But, and this is a huge but, it's specifically optimized to work best on NVIDIA's own hardware. This creates this powerful lock-in, making their chips not just a nice-to-have for power, but pretty much essential if you want top performance.
So, you can see this battle is about so much more than just business competition. It's a hidden war to decide who gets to write the fundamental rules for the next generation of all technology. I mean, the real question is, who is going to own the very blueprint for intelligence itself?
There's a fundamental principle from economics that just fits perfectly here. The future belongs to scarcity. Think about it. Real value is always created at the bottleneck. That one point in the system where something is both super rare and totally essential. And that really gets to the heart of this conflict. What's going to be the scarce, valuable resource in the future of AI? Is it going to be OpenAI's super optimized software that can run on pretty much anything? Or is it going to be NVIDIA's dominant, all-powerful hardware that everyone just has to use? And so that leaves us with the ultimate question, right?
As this massive battle for Layer 8 continues to unfold, which of these two titans is going to be the one to write the architecture for the future of AI? Will it be the master of the model or the king of the chip? Whichever way it goes, the answer is going to shape our world for decades to come.